make them all believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids, adults, this is your main man, Mr. 60 walking touchdown. Yeah, it's a walking lick, 60 yards per catch, most in NFL history, man. I'm DeSean Jackson, your host. 101. I got my brother, man. What's up, Clinton Portis, man? Hey, look, you back. You made it back. I was nervous and I was worried that you wasn't gonna make it back after that bye week, man. But you here, man. You look very like, you standing off. You know that one picture you took when we was at the NBA Youngboy concert. You said, hey, you see how that light hitting? The light doing something to you today, man. I don't know why you got this big smile on your face. Talk to me about how you spent your bye week, big dog.
Hey, man, I'm rejuvenated, man. We got the week off, got an opportunity to go down, be around the kids, go to the kids' game, just to refresh, man, rejuvenate, re-energize. Now we back. We got one purpose. The 6 games in front of us. We need to go 6-0. So looking forward to this challenge. Knock it down. Come out in the winner's circle. MEAC champions. I'm focused, man. That's all I need is a little time. And then the way you just said that was like, oh, I was worried about you coming back. I always have to show you, Jack, that I'm always on time.
Feet on
I'm
land,
always
always on time.
always. Whatever
Okay.
time. Now, unless you change it, you'll change some stuff now, depending on your schedule. Hey, we got a meeting at 1 o'clock. All right, cool. I'm going to get my nails done. Meeting at 12:15.
Hey, man,
The
hey,
first
with
meeting
that
was at 1. I was
sudden change, brother. You got to be ready for the sudden change, man.
I'm ready, man. We back. We here. House of Action. Let's get it.
Nah, let's go, man. I want to welcome everybody back, man. This is our 3rd episode. Like, follow, subscribe. You already know. Tap the button, man. Tune in. Always ask us what you want to hear, what you want to know, man. Ask a question. Ain't no question a stupid question, man. Let's talk. Hey, I'm gonna talk back on Sunday. So when we came back, we had practice on Sunday. Sunday was the bonus day. We was out at practice like the first 10, 15 minutes. You came up to me. You was like, I got soft. I was like, bro, what? I ain't know what you was trying to tell me. So let's go on and let the world know. When you went back home, you got a little soft. What made you soft?
But it's, man, being around the family, being around the kids. Once you get there, you get to see everybody, you get to deal with these kids, you back in your environment, you start remembering like, oh man, you missed that. And I think for a lot of parents, once you start doing that, that's what make it hard for us as athletes, especially when you get involved in that daily, man, when you start like, man, this is my kid's senior year, you know what I mean? And they coming down to the last games. Fortunately, they're going to college. But at this point, like, it's like, man, this is what I'm missing. And we miss so much throughout sports, playing sports. We miss so much. The holidays don't be the same, especially when you're playing. You got a game on Thanksgiving. You got a game on Christmas, New Year's, you tied up. So we don't get to appreciate that. So the little things like being able to go to the kids' games, being able to take the kids to school, whatever it is, just being around, it kind of made you soft, like I had to snap back. But I'm back, man. We good. We Gucci now.
For sure, man. I spent my time, my bye week, man. I was here at the house. I didn't go nowhere. When I say here at the house, I was in Delaware. Yeah, Delaware. Whoever knows where Delaware is right here. I was in Delaware, man. Spent some time with the family, man. I got to, sleep in a few mornings, man. So, I mean, when your body's programmed to wake up, it's hard to get extra hours in sleep. But for me, it was good, man. I stayed in the office a few days. Came in a little later and just watched film in preparation to NC Central because it's gonna be a big one for us, man. So getting caught up, man. House of Action. We in the building. We here at House of Action, and we always gonna give you the action live, direct, and straight at your front door. Let's talk about it, man. The top 25 teams, the AP poll, the rankings, the system, whatever you want to call it. 9 out of the top 25 teams takes a dive and they lost. Are these teams deserving of being ranked? Do you feel like it's overrated to have some of these guys that, haven't really proven nothing? Yeah, they may have some wins, but at the end of the day, how do we know if a team is really like that or not? Because I feel like some teams that have won are good, but then you have teams that's lost that are coming in with 3-2 records or 3-3 records, and they beating some of these teams that are 4-0 or 5-0. So I'm curious on your predictions on it. Like, do you feel like it's kind of overrated to have all these teams be ranked and they really ain't proven nothing out of a season yet?
I think it is just week to week going through the rankings. You have teams catching up with one another in college footballs in today's landscape, where you have NIL, where you have the transfer portal, where you're giving kids a opportunity. Some kids go to better fits, and then we don't talk about. We always look at rankings, but the rankings don't tell you who's missing. Like
Mhm.
what players missed the game, who got the injuries, who's losing a key starter. We don't get to see all that, when it comes to rankings. So that happens throughout the season. You might start off at this projection, you lose a guy, things start to tumble, or you get a guy back because you didn't have him at the beginning, and things start clicking. So you got to get used to new offenses. You got to get used to D coordinators and wait till they get in their groove before things start clicking. So we give a prediction from the start. And right now, Ohio State on the team. Ohio State been consistent week in, week out. I know you brought this up to go on and talk about the U and how
Oh,
we
yeah. Don't
fumbled the
don't don't
bag,
don't peek too soon. Imma answer your question in a minute. Don't peek too soon.
So it's all good, man. We're gonna have an opportunity to recover, and that's a good thing about college football because it gives you a chance. If you get an L early, we seen Alabama slip up early in the season. We saw some teams slip up, and it gives you a chance to make that mistake. Coaches go out and coach, teams get better, teams improve, and now you got to go on your run.
100%. I agree with that. And specifically, I like to go. There's a few games, man. You have Ole Miss that was playing Alabama, and that was a game that Ole Miss was up pretty good. Lane Kiffin and his coaching staff was doing a great job. No, not Alabama. That was Georgia. I'm sorry, Ole
Georgia,
Miss, Ole
yeah,
Miss, and
UGA.
Georgia. And you have Ole Miss up in that game, and Georgia did a great job of coming back, man. Because that environment, man. Like I played in Tennessee before. I played a SEC team. So that SEC environment is very pivotal, man, and I think it helps. And as you see throughout the course of a game, you could go talk about the Texas Tech loss as well too. So they lost to Arizona State. Um, it's patterns, right? We see patterns of teams that go on the road, right? A lot of these teams are, they're the big dogs, right? But then they go on the road to, Appalachian, not Appalachian, Vanderbilt. LSU loses to Vanderbilt. Teams like that. Going back to your playing careers, because I had to bring it up. Miami lost. They took a loss to Louisville. Um, you guys were on the road as well, or you guys was at home? That was on the road too, right?
We were on the road when we lost to Washington.
No, no, no. I'm talking about this past week, right
Oh
now.
no,
Y'all
we
just
were at home. Louisville came and kicked in our
Louisville
door.
came exactly. So that's what I wanted to talk about. How much of a home field advantage? And obviously, you guys lost at home, but the two games that I talked about. Well, Ole Miss was on the road as well too, but Texas Tech, right? They're a team that's okay. I wouldn't look at Texas Tech and think they're a huge power team. There, I wouldn't put them in the Texas or Miami, Alabama's, Georgia's. But at the end of the day, they're top 10. They're number 7. Do you think it's a more of a disadvantage being away, or does it really matter to you in your eyes if you're home or away? Because obviously you guys lost at home as well too.
It don't matter. What I honestly think is the teams that put other teams away when they have a lead can run the ball. And not just because I'm a running back. You got to be able to run the time off the clock. A lot of coaches get a lead and you start experimenting and let's do this and let me show this. It's like you start auditioning for another opportunity instead of handling the business at hand. And for us, I think our loss, if you look at it, our quarterback threw 4 picks, right?
Mm.
But you had the next route underneath where he threw the pick wide open. It was just, hey, I'm taking my shot instead of taking what the defense gives. So anytime an OC gets stubborn to that point and you don't take what's given to you, you end up in these situations. And I'm gonna
Man,
wait till we get to our real ones
can
before I give you my real
No, okay,
conversation.
right. So your real conversation, because I'm gonna have to stop you. I'm gonna have to interject here because I think that's the modest Clinton Portis. I need the very direct Clinton Portis. How do you feel about your quarterback, Carson Beck? I wanna be real for a minute because you're a big U alumni. He always doing this. And hey, house of action, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, adults and kids. Before this episode, he had his Miami the U sweatsuit on and he took it off. I'm applying. What is going on right now? Clinton, can
Hey,
you please tell me?
listen, BYLT sent me this good sweater, this good genuine feel good. So I'm supporting them as they're supporting me. As far as Miami, I love what Beck has been doing. It's just this game, he got away from the principles. Like you said it earlier, when I'm talking to my backs about homecoming, I said, listen, we got to stick to our principles. We got to go 1, 2, 3, alignment, assignment, a performance. Like, get to
Uh-huh.
your read. Don't get off tags trying to do stuff just because this is a lesser opponent and we're supposed to have success. So we got away from that because we could have took check downs, we could have ran the ball, we got away from it, and that came back to hurt us. And you're taking shots or you're doing stuff that's not cause for it. Just take what's there because you could have turned that into a big play. So I'm sure we'll get back to fundamentals and things will work out. I'm not one to like fold on Beck because he had a bad game. It was a
Mhm.
bad game. It's over with. Like you can't go back and get it back. It's over with. Watch the film, learn from it, move on.
Man, great insight, man. I'm still kind of disappointed you took that Miami
Man,
shredder off though. But
this feels so much better.
I'm
I'm
gonna let you.
always
It ain't true
repping you.
classic though, so I don't know what it be or whatever. But I want to talk just briefly on this NIL space. We're in college football now, right? And I think what's going on maybe year 2 or year 3 that NIL is officially able. These collegiate athletes are able to get paid and they're able to get money off their name, image, and likeness. And I'm here for it. I'm a huge fan. I love it. Going back in our times when you played, obviously you was a couple years before me, and when I was playing, just to imagine what we would have been able to do if the NIL space was around and it was there for the players and the collegiate athletes, right? My question to you today is NIL programs, right, that are able to fund bigger and better than when you have resources, you have guys that are putting $3 billion and all these 300 mil, whatever that number is, right? Those big numbers. Are the programs in the collegiate teams that are able to fund a NIL um, program or deal, are they the teams that we're going to continue to see at the top of the college football league? Like, what's your take on that? Because I feel like it's almost set up for the teams that are spending the most money to get the most players are going to be the teams that are going to be successful. We're going to start seeing the Ohio States, the Alabamas, the Georgias, all these type of teams, maybe the Miami of the U, to be able to be a national championship team every year. I just want to kind of hear your perspective on what do you feel about the NIL space right now.
Well, I think the powers that be, when you look at Ohio State, when you look at Alabama, the UGA, the teams that got the deep pockets of Florida Gators, Miami, when you look at those programs, historically they were good before the money got involved. I think when you start talking money, you have to take notice to teams like the Texas Tech, the Texas A&M. These are the guys that got the deep pockets, that got the big money that's getting players in. But what people miss out on is chemistry. Because you got all the top guys, sometimes that's a discomfort because you went out and you got all of these top guys who feel like they deserve or they're the man or they're already there instead of going out and getting guys that's hungry to just come in and play and not worried about money. So that's the landscape that you gotta tread with when you're talking NIL. Like, what's the fit? How many of these guys gonna be a headache? Maybe you could deal with 1 or 2 headaches, but if they're performing. But if everybody on the team a diva, if everybody on the team got in their own way or got their own ways, then it becomes a problem and it affects the locker room more than it helps the locker room.
No, I agree. I agree. And what's crazy? Because I sit back and observe and I look, because I'm a big observer. People don't really know that about me. If you know me, you know. But I maybe don't say a lot, but I definitely I I envision and I kind of see, what makes certain teams great, right? What makes teams have an advantage. If you're a head coach in college football, just say you're the head coach of Miami and Florida Gators, Florida State, whatever those teams are, say you're in the ACC, whatever those teams are, if you feel like Miami only got 1 million in NIL funding, right? But then you have the Florida States, all these other schools have 5 million, 10 million. Are you at a disadvantage? Is the
You
plan is
are,
the
but
play is the playing field even? Is the moral of my question. Do you feel like it's even? And like how do guys navigate through that? I'm curious on that.
the playing field is not even, but the talent landscape is. That comes down to your recruiting, like spending money in the right places. We got a lot of people that we can discuss that got money or that we know got money that don't deserve it. Then you got guys who you like man, I get this kid whatever because I know he's gonna go out and perform. That's like looking at Smith at Ohio State. Everybody in the country can go pay this kid whatever his number is because he's gonna deliver. But then you got guys who feel like they are Jeremiah Smith and they deserve it, and they don't put up the same numbers. If I'm looking at a kid, I'm thinking the next kid to explode in that era should be Malachi Tony. Look what he's doing as a true freshman who should be in high school at the University of Miami. He's balling, and you're talking about 2 years left in college, regardless of how much success he has. He got to go into his junior year. So a team could come in and offer him a Brinks truck. Like, hey man, you name it, we're paying it. And now that puts Miami at a disadvantage because you're saying, man, we developed this kid. We got this kid right. He's in the right offense. We're getting him the
Mhm.
ball, and then he leaves for money. So you
Yeah,
seen that. You seen it with Lenora Sellers up at South Carolina.
for
Everybody
sure.
came in, offered him all the money. He said, "No, man, I'm staying here." So you're gonna have the kids that jump around, and then you're gonna have the kids that's loyal to the program. I would rather have 1 million than to have 5 million because with 5 million, you're just taking shots. With the
Yeah.
million, you saying, "Boy, I gotta
You
I
gotta
gotta
hit
make sure I
perfect.
don't miss on
Yeah,
this."
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta hit perfect. No, that's great insight right there, man. It's always intriguing to kind of hear your mindset, man. I think you're very intellectual about some of these things. I give you credit when credit's due. That's your flowers right there. That gets me into this as well too, though, man.
Hey,
Like,
man, we gotta go to a break or something, man. This the first time ever. This this is first. You
n-
giving me credit? Oh.
no, but on a serious note, that does make a great point, though. Some of these guys, like you said, a Malachi Tony or a Jeremiah Smith, like, for me, it comes a point in time where an athlete has to be loyal, right? Because if I give you an opportunity, right, I put you in this position, for you to go out here and be successful, regardless if I'm giving you 100,000, 500,000, it may not be the million, it may not be 750, but at the end of the day, I'm still giving you an opportunity. I'm putting you in a great scenario for you to go be successful. And if you go be successful with all the intangibles that I'm giving you, you have to somewhat, return the flowers, right? And I just see like a guy like Malachi or Jeremiah that ended up staying when he had people offering him way more. I mean, I think collegiate football has to figure out a happy medium where the playing field somewhat has to be somewhat even. Like I'm not saying every person has to have the exact amount of dollar, but it has to come in between a cap, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Where like, okay, we got to cap you guys off at this, so we can have some type of like, because if I got 750 and you got 750, now we at least on the same playing field, right? And then I don't feel like it's right for guys to be talking to these players that aren't in the portal, right? Like no one should be reaching out to Jeremiah Smith saying, I'm gonna give you 5 million. Hey, Ohio State's only giving you 1 million or 2 million. I got five. That conversation should never even be able to get to that young man. So I just think from a collegiate side of it, we're coaches now, we have to be protected because the athlete right now has the advantage. At any given time, an athlete's gonna say, yo, I'm going, I'm gonna hit the portal, I'm about to go get this, I'm about to get that. But then it's like I pour it into you. I gave you finances, food, I fed you, I put you up, I took you, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like the players are always going to be able to have a route out. And in the school, it's like, where's my protection as me being the school, me being the head coach, and I'm the university, right? Now, if you go get some money, just return some money my way. Like if you go get a bigger NIL deal, just get a school 10%. Cause then we could go get another Jeremiah Smith.
Well, as a coach, I think coaches get to leave whenever, and then they get bought out, and you got to pay the school, whatever it is. Coaches get to leave when they get better opportunities. So I think kids should be allowed to. I think it should be a cap. In
Yeah.
5 years, you shouldn't play at 4 different schools. That's sending
Hmm.
a red flag saying, "Hey, this kid is only about himself and only about money." How could 4 schools be wrong and miss out on you, and you're instead of getting paid? But then you could have the Nico situation. It seemed like UCLA wasn't the fit for Nico. It seemed like he was chasing money. Then all of a sudden you switch coaches and Nico all of a sudden starts to blossom or starts to play better. So it's just a matter of time. You could be in the wrong situation, you could be in the right situation. But the thing that I would also compare it to is like NFL free agency. It's like how when NFL free agency hit, that night, soon as you're allowed to sign, a name pop up. So you
Hmm.
talk to them in 1 minute. You know what I mean? You talk to them in 1 minute and agree to this highest paid contract ever. So
sure.
obviously that tampering window, you already had discussions and knew where you were going in the first place. So I think it's always going to be hard to say, hey, don't have any contact, don't do this, don't do that, when it's prevalent all around in all the sports, NFL and college.
That gets me into my next point, man. James Franklin, I really I know last week it was a hot topic, and I really didn't want to touch on it, and I don't want to get into it. But this week, James Franklin went on College Game Day, and Nick Saban and you know all the guys on there asked him a question about a championship and winning a title, and his remarks were very interesting to me. He basically was asked, about winning a championship, and he said his goal was to win a championship at Penn State. Obviously, that changed, and now he's not the head coach at Penn State. He said his goal no longer, changes. He's going to win a championship somewhere else. Um, for me as a head coach, now that I'm in this position, obviously James Franklin has done some great things at Penn State. He came close. He did. He think he made it. He made it to the playoff system. But he never actually got the crown and won the crown. For a head coach, kind of speaking deliberately about him, saying, "Hey, we didn't get it there, but I'm still going and get a national championship somewhere else." My opinion, I love it, because I feel like the same thing. If you lose, your job or you get fired, I mean, my confidence is not supposed to die down. I'm not supposed to be distraught off of like, oh, well, I can't win there, so what I'm just supposed to be like, oh, I ain't gonna win the national championship nowhere. So I'm here for it. I like it. I know it's some controversy. People saying like, well, why is he saying that? He didn't win it there. I mean, what is that man supposed to feel? He's supposed to be like, oh, yeah, I'm never gonna win ever again in life. Like, what are we talking about here, man? It's another great aspect of a coach being comfortable and confrontational and saying like, you know what, we didn't get it there, but we still gonna get it.
And then they act like he fired himself or he went in and asked like resign. I got fired. The people felt like I wasn't doing enough. They got rid of me. Now I'm looking for another opportunity that I feel like I'm gonna have success. I learned from my failure. Is basically what I think Coach Franklin was saying. Like I've learned, and I still have one common goal, and that's to go out and continue to be a great coach. Although Penn State felt like I didn't do enough, the next place that I get an opportunity, I will. And that's the confidence that he should have. I mean, when you look at this landscape, it's firing left and right. Like, what's enough? And then when you compare yourselves to the big dogs, Alabama been running things for so long. Then Georgia had his run. Now Ohio State hot. Like these teams, the dynasties have been coming through. So who were you supposed to beat? Was Franklin supposed to knock off Saban? Was he supposed to knock off Kirby Smart? Could he go and knock off Ohio State? They're in the same division. It's their moment. Like I think it'd be more about the fan base. The fan base get upset when you begin to spend that money. That same NIL money you're talking about, when we begin to shuffle out this money and spend more money, you're not delivering with the talent. Your quarterback went down. That's not his fault. His quarterback got hurt. You had lost games before that, but it's so hard in this landscape where you have to deal with so much. Like to be here with you, I see what you have to deal with. I see the challenges that come with being a head coach. So when my opportunity come, I have to rely on, you know what? I watched Jack. I seen how Jack handled this. Maybe I do it different. Maybe I do it the same way. But I have to learn and grow from it. And I think that's just the landscape of coaching, period.
Great response, great answer. So man, we talking about that. Dang, you want to be a head coach? You
Yeah,
gonna you
you
gonna you
you
gonna
think
leave?
I
He
want
said, yeah, like yeah, you gonna
you
leave
think
Jack
I
there
want
when
you
we
to keep
creating the
telling me
number
when
one
I can go to
offense
lunch?
rushing?
You think I want to keep listening to you tell me when I can go to lunch? Hey, it's time for you to go eat. Go eat. The hell with you.
Boy,
The
I
hell
would,
with
hey,
that.
boy, I would give everything to see you run your program, boy.
Smooth sailing. You know, we
Tell
don't
me how would you run your program, man? I just need to hear. Give me 20 seconds of how Clinton Portis would run his head
Hey,
coaching.
for one, you already know we don't do a lot of yelling. It's none of that. It's gonna be smooth selling. Here go the rules, and this is what we're gonna abide by. And then you're gonna have those 2, 3 players that that straddles the fence always. But learning how to deal with them, learning how to direct them, guide them, pull them in so it doesn't affect the team. I've seen you make some tough decisions, especially of late, that it was a tough decision when you made it, but when you look at how the team responded to it, it's like I made the right decision. You know, like 2 weeks ago, you almost made a decision that could have set the team apart, but
Mhm.
how the team responded showed like, okay, that was a good decision. We made that decision together. So it's just that, man. You have to look at how the team is does it fuel the team or does it like take the team from being energetic? Like, does it deplete the team? So, you know, right now, man, I think we got a good thing going on at 4-3, and tough decisions have been made going into these next games. How does it affect us? And I think so many guys are positive now because they've seen things transpire and happen up to this point.
So there y'all have it, man. Y'all always gonna get it raw, authentic, man, and straight to the point. My boy want to be a head coach, man. Y'all there's some openings out there, man. Come on, hire my boy. You know, I'm a salute him, man. I'm a give him his flowers.
Hey, right now I got one offer for it's an online offer.
But don't cook me. He said an
Hey,
online
yeah, it's an online offer right
for
now. They
skims
trying
for skins to be the head.
hey, I'm gonna be the head guy for Skin. I'm come off in that thing like this. This how I'm be in the commercial. Finally, the comfort I've been looking for. I got it. Couldn't wait to find it. Now I finally found it. The fit, even better. So I have fit. I have comfort. Can't get enough? Yeah, me neither. I'm tired of shopping. Shopping for underwear? No longer. No more. I'm not going. How does it look? Perfect. That's what I hear every time I look myself in the mirror. I say, woo, 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 woo. I don't want my underwear to roll. I have thunder thighs. Yes, thunder thighs, package, thunder package as well. But I don't want my underwear rolling. I need them to fit. When I walk, when I talk, I don't want to worry about fixing them. So I don't have to. Skims got me right. You have the time to shop SKIMS Men at skims.com. Let them know House of Action sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select House of Actions in the drop-down menu that follows. What's good, House of Action? Right now, we're going to the real ones of the week. You know what I mean? The real ones. And the realest thing I seen this week, I know, and I was hoping you didn't touch on it. You didn't. I've been sitting here like on the edge of my seat because I watched the Denver Broncos come score 33 points against the New York Giants in the fourth quarter to come back and be victorious after they were down 26-8 in the fourth quarter. They came and scored 33 unanswered points. And I was just thinking, like, this is crazy because that's some stuff that happened in college football. Never in the league. You don't get that opportunity in the league. And just to watch how, Sean Payton and you did it with Bo Nix, you did it as a team. How does, who do you point as the blame? The Giants? Because they missed the extra point. That's what kind of deflated them. But do you look at the Giants and say the Giants blew it, or do you look at the Broncos and say, boy, the Broncos just climbed over the hump?
Yeah, I look at that in particular, man. I think I'm gonna give him his flowers again, man, because Jackson Dart, the young rookie, man, is playing out his mind. I think he gave them an opportunity to win the game. They was down. They came down and actually came in field goal range. I don't know. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, they
they
scored a
did.
touchdown,
They
right? They scored a
scored.
touchdown. They
He
scored a
scored.
touch. Yeah, they scored a touchdown and took them up in that game. And it was 30 to 31 or something like that.
32. It was 32-27. I mean,
Yeah.
32-31.
Yep. And then you go kick the field goal. No, it was 30. Right? 'Cause it was 30.
32-30. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
so then you go kick a field goal. And I think earlier in that game, the field goal kicker missed extra point as well too. So, and then I think the past week their kicker got hurt or something happened to him. So it's this new dude never seen kick a field goal ever before, missed another field goal. And then you got Bo Nix. I mean, when you got that much time, one thing about Bo Nix, Bo Nix like that. He that boy, man. There's some great quarterbacks in the league right now. I mean, I think he's one of the emerging quarterbacks in the NFL. He's doing an amazing job since my boy Sean Payton has been there, man. He's been a heck of an addition to have him and his insights on coaching that dude up. So you just see his growth. But in all hindsight, I would probably say, man, it's the Denver Broncos, man. What they was able to accomplish, man. They came back. It's like he threw a pass to Sutton, man,
Sutton.
and put it on the money, man. I said, man, then he threw another pass to him on a go ball and he caught it. I said, man, yeah, that dude different, bro. And, for me, I want to go to my game time breakout players because we talked about this and you said he was on the hot seat. He's probably going to be up out of there. My boy A.J. Brown. Hey, I can't take this lightly because fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, I got my boy A.J. Brown. I got my boy Devontae Smith.
I got
Oh, I got
Devontae
one
Smith.
more. Hold on. I got my boy Jayden Hurts, 304 yards. All purpose for 2 of them receivers, man. A touchdown for my boy Smitty and 2 touchdowns for A.J. Brown. We talked all this talk about getting more carries and more touches to Saquon. This game right here turned into a big slugfest, and we went in Minnesota and swept that flow in the air. In the air, man. A.J. Brown ain't going nowhere. I said it first. He ain't going nowhere. My boy's sitting pretty right now.
Hey, listen, I think they deserve that, but let's go to what I said because I wanted to talk about that in the comments from last week. What did I say? Give Saquon 18 touches. It opens up the field. It opens up the game. How many touches does Saquon have? 18 on the dot. 18 on the dot, right? It opens everything else up. When you show I'm willing to run, now you have to honor the run. I seen Devontae Smith go streaking down the field off of play action. The first person to run and high five him after that touchdown was who? Saquon Barkley. It's energetic. People feed off of one another. Saquon wasn't upset that he didn't get the touchdown. A.J. Brown had a great game. Jalen Hurts had a great game. They deserve that, but that's how they should play week in, week out, is all I'm saying. It's
For
nothing
sure.
to the Eagles organization. It's just why have this conflict when all of us are ballers and we can get it done? I would have gave that to Devontae Smith because he had one hell of a game.
For
And
sure.
A.J. Brown did his thing, but Devontae Smith really got down to business.
No, definitely. No, they both, man. All of them stood out. I would just say all in 3. I would give them the game time performers. Let's talk a little bit about I got some news though, real quick, and I know we probably some of y'all heard it, but my boy Brandon Graham is coming out of retirement. I just got a phone call because he was supposed to come on House of Action, man. My boy gonna still come bless us, but he said he at the facility right now, man. He doing physicals, man. He said he coming out of retirement, man. He said he want to go get another ring, man, back to back after sitting out for 7 weeks, and he said he's ready to go. My boy Brandon Graham back, man. Come on now, what you think about that?
Hey, BG was hanging around us. Nothing. They gonna be in trouble. BG was just hanging around us, sitting at the bar drinking. Ain't ready to go.
BG called you out. He said you ain't ready, BG. You got to put the
Hey,
beer down.
no, I think as leadership wise, he's going to be a great addition. It's going to take him a couple weeks to get in football shape, especially if you done went 7 weeks, you done missed the entire all
Training
season.
camp,
You
yeah.
count in your mind like, man, I'm off into the sunset. It's like being on vacation, and then they like, oh, we got to turn this plane around. You got to go back. You know what I mean? It's not the same. So I hope he comes out, and what was needed, what you can tell is that's needed the most is the leadership side, the leadership on the defensive side of the ball coming
Mhm.
from BG. So I think that's where he's going to have an immediate impact towards the end of the season. You'll see him start to come into form and have an impact defensively just as a player on the game.
100%, 100%. You know I can't let you off the hook. No, let me look at you real quick and see if you know where I'm going. Cause we had real ones of the week. What that team? Hold on. What's that team right there behind you? With the Commanders? That's that Commander. Jaden Daniels is down again. He on a
Every
flat tire right now. He down. He ain't playing this week. He just got hurt again. What's
listen,
going on with the Commanders, man? They just put up a egg. A stinky one too, like a rotten egg, like it was stinky. And now I ain't saying a donut, but they put up a stinky egg and they went down to Dallas. And them Dallas Cowboys did this to them.
that's what makes this worse that you let Dallas do that to you. You could let somebody else do it, but for Dallas to be the disruptor of the team, they were already down top three receivers, I think. Now you lose your main guy, you lose Daniels to injury. The injury ball catching up. The defense, which was stellar in the run last year, has kind of been slacking off. It's not the defense that we expected to get this year. So things are going downhill. It's nothing else to say. You can't sugarcoat it. You can't hide it. Like, oh man, it's no point the finger. They're not where they are. But I said this in the preseason. that not the preseason, in the off season, that the disconnect in not signing Terry earlier would come back to haunt us because we interfered with a good thing, right? We interfered, we got in our own way by not just taking care of a homegrown Terry McLaurin who's been here, who's been loyal, who's done everything the right way, who's been in the community, who's he's the kind of guy that, hey, marry my daughter, like he's the example that we want to uphold the shield. And then when it comes down to paying him, it's like, no. And now he missed the preseason, not on the field, and it's trickling down just with a lot more guys. So we stung by the injury bug. It's kind of like almost, hey man, pack it up and get ready for next year because we lost Eckler already. You got rid of B Rob, so the injury bug is in Washington right now. So
I don't know. Huh?
I'm just not going to Washington. Everybody getting hurt right now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I don't know if this questions has been asked to you before, but I've never asked you this, and I'm curious to know, because I get this question asked a lot too. But um, before we go into story time, because it's your week to give us a story time about something in your career, college, high school, NFL. But I have to ask this: you got to pick one. Who you picking? Are you a Denver Bronco or are you a Washington Redskin?
Man, I'm a Washington Redskin. My time in Denver was amazing though. My time in Denver, those 2 years in Denver were amazing. And my time in Washington, I think um a city fell in love or taught me how to love. The appreciation, the fan appreciation, the city, the organization, all of that. To be the face of an organization is different if you've never done it. A lot of people play ball, a lot of people come and go, but to be a staple, to say I was the face of this organization and I played at a high level and did the things that I needed to do, like e- even after you get the money. So to me, that was huge. And I think both organizations were amazing. Both organizations were great, but I always identify as a Redskin. But my time in Denver is unmatched. I don't care who you go get. You can't do it again. You can't do it. It hasn't been a repeat since. No one else has done it in the league. Like it was amazing. And nobody else gonna get traded for Champ Bailey. It only happened once, and it was me. I got traded for Champ Bailey. So I'm cool with that. I think we have a Broncos group chat that's amazing. They can't stand me in the group chat. I talk so much trash. So
Mhm.
to still have those guys, to still be in touch with those guys, which will be the perfect segment uh, leading up into this. So to still be able to have Rod Smith and these guys going off, Al Wilson, guys that I looked up to, guys that are my OGs when I was out in Denver, it's always appreciative.
Elkin Chevy on the field, it's all about speed, performance, and getting the dub. Off the field, I expect the same. That's why I love Chevy and Elkins. Chevrolet, located on Route 73, South in Morrilton, New Jersey. They're fast, on the deal, and strong on the price.
Whether it's a brand new Silverado, a Traverse for the family, or a quality pre-owned ride, the team at Elkins treats you like an MVP.
Don't waste time anywhere else. Go to Elkins Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit elkinchevrolet.com. Tell them your boy D-Jack sent you. Yeah, you know it. D-Jack sent you.
House of Action, man. We're trying out something new, story time, where myself and Coach Jack, we're gonna drop a story on you just about a memorable game or an experience that we had through our time, something that impacted us in a positive light or maybe even a negative light. So this week is my chance. We wanted to just give you a quick story, and it takes me back, especially being that we just lost to the Cowboys. Same situation, Monday Night Football. We're down in Dallas. I'm talking about we got a 0 on the board, got this egg, got the goose egg up, and Santana kind of frustrated. We all frustrated. I'm like, man, stuff was happening in practice. It didn't go down, it didn't go as planned. And he like, yeah, man, we not calling the plays we were supposed to be calling. Like, we've been practicing this. I could go, the double move. He can't check me. And it just so happened to be Aaron Glenn and Roy Williams. So I called Coach Gibbs over, like, man, we're not doing the stuff we're supposed to be doing. Like Tanner saying, and he like, oh, you think we could do it? Tanner, like, yeah. And you know, that's when you get the miracle. Down in Dallas, Tanner catch 2 bombs. I think it was like 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. We were down 13, ended up winning that game. So people had turned off the TV. People turned the TV off, counted us out. Tanner come out, amazing time. You know, he just went into the ring of fame down in DC. And it was just one of those memories. You like, man, if this doesn't happen or this conversation isn't had with 2 minutes of the game, like the impact that it had, not only on the game but on the career, because he became like the Cowboy Killer. You know, that was the creation of the Cowboy Killer, and it kind of took off, and just the way it elevated him as a player within that organization. You know, I think it was instant respect, and you know, opposing teams had to come in and say, you know what, this man right here, 8 and 9, he gonna give you something. So that's one of the stories I wanted to share. We're gonna have more. I hope you all like it. Let us know what you think of this segment, and you'll get more real life, real time stories, how it happened, when it happened, where it happened. All right.
Straight like that, man. Hey, man. One thing I would say, you know, Santana Moss, I had a chance to play with him, I think, for a year or two when I was in Washington, man. You know, I always looked up to guys that played under 6 feet, right? You know, that played at a high level, not just played under 6 feet, but played at a high level. And Santana Moss, man, from his route running to, you know, you gotta think too. When I got with him, CP, he was a little older, so they moved him to the slot. You know, the early days, and when you probably played with him, he was more on the outside and moved in the slot too. But
I played with him in college when he was dominating the slot. I played
yeah,
with him in college, the league,
but he played
all of it.
outside too, though. But he played elite outside too. See, like it's not too many receivers that's under 6 feet that could do that. Myself, Isaac Bruce, Harrison, Marvin Harrison, Steve Smith, Santana. You know, it's a few guys. Hines Ward. You know, that really could go outside and really play under 6 feet, but could play a true wide receiver number one. So for me, man, when I was able to play with Marsh, man, he was a baller, man. He taught me some stuff. So tips my hat off to Santana, man. He's a real one and a baller. Real quick, man, we going into week number 8. NC Central. We in MEAC play now, man. Hey, everybody, hold on. Y'all see what's going on, man. This how we feeling, man. All y'all that hate it, all y'all that predicted us to be last in the MEAC, we are here. MEAC conference play, it starts Saturday at 1 p.m., man. We going to North Carolina Central, man. North Carolina, we going to Dorman. They a pretty good team. I would say that. I'm excited for the challenge, man. We gonna be ready. I know my running back room gonna be ready, and I know our team gonna be overall ready, man. What you think about MEAC play, man? We can't lose no games. We gotta go 1-0 every week. It's really 5 games, even though you said 6. I like it because the 6th game is the Celebration Bowl. So
It's
we gotta
6.
go.
We not trying to get to the Celebration Bowl and let that be the celebration. We're trying to win the Celebration Bowl and then crank it up. But the start of MEAC play, I think, is great. You know, the team, maybe that's what's even more refreshing. We went 4-3 in the first 7 weeks. To come out and have this opportunity is like starting a new season, because our backs are up against the wall week in, week out, and knowing that this is the time of year that, you know, you get run heavy. You know, this
Let me.
ball, the weather gonna change. This ball gonna feel like cement. You're gonna have these weather games, these cold games. We gotta rely on our running backs, you know. And I just think with the O line and our playmakers kind of figuring things out with the quarterback that we got a golden opportunity to go and do something special. So when you look forward to it, and then what I really like is team scheduled us for homecoming. You gotta take that person. You know, I think when the schedule came out, they weren't expecting any of that.
Mm-mm.
You know,
You
it was
know the
kind of
truth.
like, yeah,
You
yeah,
know the truth, man. Delaware State that we know ain't gonna be nothing.
we trying to ruin the homecoming. I take that person. We trying to ruin the homecoming, you know. So
I agree.
gonna be a hell of a game.
I
Come
agree,
watch.
man. Y'all tune in, man. House of Action, man. Y'all tune in, man. Chime in. We need all the support, man. We going up there with one common goal, man. Just go out there and get a dub on the road, man. And what are we right now, man? We 1-2, 1-3 on the road. What are we? 1-2 on the road?
1-3 on the road. We haven't lost at home.
Man, 1-3 on the road. So yeah, we got to go get right, man. We definitely got our hands full, but we gonna do everything we need to do to make sure we straight. But real quick, man, we gonna go into dope or whack, man. My first question for dope or whack, man. International games. Now we know we said we like the international games, but dope or whack playing early in the morning where we're on this side of the world, we don't even get to see those games. Do you think those games should be changed, the time difference? Do you think it's like we should be able to see it? Like, cause West Coast, it's like at 6 in the morning. Ain't nobody watching no football game at 6 in the morning. And then when you on the East Coast, it's 9 in the morning. Do you feel like they need to change that time? Is it dope or whack?
I don't because over there it's
2 o'clock.
3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So I don't. I actually think it's a challenge. It's like for East Coast teams that have to go to the West Coast and play, and you're playing at 10 or 11 at night, and that's
Mhm.
really 2 a.m. on the East Coast. So,
Right.
it's just an adjustment that got to be made. I actually think it's dope. Both teams, when you look at those games over there, the teams always is always low scoring or some weird stuff to happen, like a weird energy. So whatever it is, I think is dope. Just keep it going because if you're a true fan, you're going to get up and watch regardless.
I got you. I got to go against you right here, man. I feel like it's whack. I want to watch football. I feel like they could incorporate it with all the other early games that day. It's like and sometimes, I know, you got guys that want to watch it or probably put a bet in and they ain't even up yet. They can't even bet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
They got
betting.
to
I'm
put
just
it in.
telling you, people didn't be like, man, I ain't even get up and get to the game. I couldn't make my. I said, oh man, you done messed up. But I just feel like they could adjust it a little bit. Dope or whack, man. These NFL cats, man, they pregame fits, man. What you feel about some of these pregame fits, man? Dope or whack?
Man, for me, I think is whack because I can remember the time when I was, in the media and what I wore was an issue. I think I did NFL Network. I wore some like black and white striped pants. It messed with the camera, but the
Yeah,
fit was cool.
yeah.
And now, just having the colors as you see, I always got on something colorful somewhere, whether it's my shoes, my hat, or something. Now it's like the trending thing. Everybody when it comes to fashion, it's like, oh, this is the new thing to do. Like, look, this guy is so like, look how he's dressed. Man, I've been doing this. So to me, in my era, to say like you didn't want to accept it when it was me, so now everybody feel like it's so cool. Even I did a show. Me and Pat McAfee did the show the first time we started broadcast. And I remember we see where Pat McAfee is now, and we see where I am. So we got different paths, and not hating on Pat because I think he's spectacular in what he does, but we just got different paths, different journeys to get to 'em.
I feel like it's whack, man. Some of y'all getting paid to wear the crazy fit. You ain't gonna do it. I don't care how much you pay me. I ain't wearing it. I ain't wearing no see-through nothing. We ain't doing it. It's whack. Real quick, I got one more for you, man. Double whack, man. These dudes wearing Daisy Dates for football. I mean Daisy Dukes for football pants, man. Them dudes got it rolled up all the way to their thigh legs, man. No knee pads down or nothing. What you feeling?
Man, whack. I think they crazy for one. I had every pad that you could put on. Orlandis Gary told me one day we were in the locker room. I'm looking at him. He had on a shin guard, his knee, he had knee pads, thigh pads, put the hip pads in, he had a butt pad in. I'm like, man, all that stuff gonna make you slow. He like, man, it be hitting me low. Like, boy, I have to protect myself. You gonna learn the same game I go out there. Somebody hit me low like across my shins, boy, I wore shin guards. I wore every pad from that day on. Now these kids, like they just taking risks to have your knees exposed in a time where everybody is hitting low and you can't hit high. Is nowhere in the world that I would be out here with no pads on. I'm wearing every pad to give myself the most opportunity to be protected that I could possibly have.
Facts. That's whack, man. Hey, man, wear your pants how you supposed to be wearing them, man. Stop cutting them off. Stop not wearing knee pads. Like you said, man, it look whack. It look terrible, man. You might as well go play volleyball or something if you want to wear that, man.
Or just
Sh-
wear some skims.
Shit is whack. Hey, so there y'all have it, man. That's the episode, man. Locked in, man. Your boy D Jack, man. My boy Clinton Portis, man. House of Action, man. Tune in, chime in. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, any questions you got. Hey, next week, man, we might have a special guest, man. Drop in on us. My boy AJ Brown coming too, man. Keep your hold on. I forgot my Dodgers, my Los Angeles Dodgers. Hey, man, we the champs, man. You see it. We going back to back. Second year in a row, we going to the World Series and we finna win. Shout out my Dodgers, man. Hey, Ohtani, one of the best ever. I'm saying it. Pitching the 6-7 inning shutout and to hit 3 home runs in the game. Ohtani, man, hey, ain't nobody else doing it hands down, man. I'ma salute you and I'ma praise you, boy. Dodgers,
Hey,
we in the building.
I agree. I love the Dodgers. I love what they're doing. That pitching staff is probably one of the best that I've seen since the Tom Glavine, like the Braves back in the day
Braves,
when they
yeah.
had the five
Holtz.
aces. Smoltz,
Yeah, Smokes.
Glavine, yeah. So to see what that pitching staff is doing, and then Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, like Teoscar Hernandez, bro,
Muncy.
Smith, Muncy,
Muncy.
like man, they playing good ball. So
For
I
sure.
definitely think they go on to win this World Series. So
There you
shout
have
out
it.
to the Dodgers.
Finally, my boy repping LA, man. Y'all have it, man. LA in the building. House action. We gone.